ham guy?
Well, turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah. I'm not a big turkey guy, though. No, not really.
It really depends upon how moist it is.
Yeah, exactly. If it's well done, yeah, it's awesome.
Stuffing, though? Dressing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it all. I'm just, yeah.
Food is food, right?
Well, no, not really.
Whatever, I guess whatever.
I think growing up in Canada, probably, you had the turkey twice. You had it at Thanksgiving, and then we had it at Christmas all the time. And we don't ever have turkey at Christmas now. I haven't had turkey at Christmas for 20 years.
Just kind of faded away a little bit.
Gone.
All right, well, that's all we have for you.
Well, because the American Thanksgiving's a lot closer to Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So if you double it, turkey it's just like Groundhog Day.
Normally maybe 2 weeks without having a bunch of turkey in the fridge.
Yeah. Anyway.
How about we start with Cam? We're all seeing him back out there, regular jersey. Think he's good to go for this week? We're still waiting on him.
We're still waiting on him, but progressing, and obviously, we had him in a position there where we're hoping that he's going to be in the lineup here very shortly. So we'll see. He's still an IR, and we'll go from here.
You haven't gotten to see him play that much, just a few games, and training camp, he's not really able to get on the ice that much. I mean, what are you kind of expecting from him when he does get back in there?
Well, he's got an element of skill. He can put the puck in the net. If you look at, the first few games that he played, the overtime winner, the goal that he scored off a little sort of a chip pass from Matty Beniers that he went top shelf on. He's a guy that can add that element to our team, and we need some more offense.
It's been a few games with Shane on the wing and Berkeley in the middle. What have you kind of seen from that, switch so far?
Yeah, I've liked Berkeley's transporting of the puck through the middle of the ice, and I think it gives Shane an opportunity to use his speed down the wing. And again, it's a little bit of maybe an experiment, and it's a small sample size, so we'll see where it goes from here.
During the games, we're often on our laptops. We've got models up sometimes with expected goals. It's money puck, natural stat trick, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, how much stock do you put into a stat like expected goals? At least like in the models that we can see publicly. I know you guys have your own private stuff that's different, but as a measure, I guess, of how much quality offense you're generating.
I think there's a time and place for it, for sure. It does tell a little bit of a story, but it also, you have to be very careful. It doesn't, tell the complete story, but there's certainly some of the areas and some of the things that we will look at, and I think what it does is it at least gives you a little bit of an opportunity to kind of see where things are trending or what the trends are, and at the end of the day, you don't win on expected goals for or expected goals against. You win on actual, but you can use that information to your advantage.
Without giving away any trade secrets or anything, of course, but how much does what we can see publicly maybe differ from the kind of stuff that you would look at as you're trying to evaluate your team's offense?
That's a good question. It differs. It differs from our internal, research and development group. To a certain degree. What percentage that is, I guess it maybe varies a little bit on each different game kind of thing, but we see things a certain way, we see chances a certain way, and it's not altogether aligned with what you guys see, but at the end of the day as well, there's, like I say, there's trends, and you have to pay attention to both.
Where's the discrepancy between what's public and what's not?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that, internally you have people that know exactly what you're looking for, and maybe see the game from the internal team standpoint, and that's an advantage, from that standpoint that the public sites don't have.
Coach, how is, he hasn't been on the ice that I've seen, but Capo, just how's he doing?
He's getting better. He's been on the ice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and he's getting better.
Some pretty strong words after the last game about the team's shot selection and, kind of getting that concept down. Having gone through the film, having watched it again in New York, you still feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and we've discussed it. Look, we're all in this together. As a coaching staff, we're trying to give them the best possible chance to have success. As players, they have taken and at sort of almost a quarter point of the season or whatever, they've taken the information we've given them, and they've done a really good job of taking ownership of it, both defensively. Offensively, we're working on it, and I think that we do need to create more by having a little more shot volume. Sometimes it's easy to say shoot when there isn't a lane to shoot. Doesn't make sense. So that part of it is you gotta be smart about that. It's a little bit subjective, but I do think that we have opportunities to get pucks to the net a little bit more, and we're trying to look for something better, and we'd like to change that narrative.
And kind of adding to that point, some players have said before, elsewhere, other teams that they've been taught that a shot on goal, when taken in a least or less ideal spot, it's kind of like a turnover. So, kind of playing off that, when you encourage guys to shoot the puck more, look for the ideal lanes, what's the best way to give them the roadmap here to find that ideal shot lane and the ideal time to shoot?
Well, yeah, you know what? That's they're not wrong in some of those situations either. But at the end of the day, there's also the philosophy that shots create shots in terms of rebounds, and there's A chances, B chances, C chances, and C chances or C shots can create an A chance off a rebound. So. There's certainly a balance there. Sometimes you take a C shot and it is a turnover. But at the end of the day, you can't score if you don't shoot the puck.
How much of a factor is the youth on the team, like deferring to the NHLers that they might be, or the more veteran players, like I should say? You know what I mean? Like if they're on a line with a veteran player and they're going up 2-on-1, young player might tend to pass that, right? Think that's a factor?
I don't think it's a factor, but you're not wrong. That is a possibility. That's where great veteran sort of presence and mentors and leaders come into play, where they don't put the pressure on a young player to pass it to them necessarily. They have them do whatever is the right play, and I think we've got that in our group and that in our leaders, and I think they have a lot of confidence and a lot of comfort level with our young players and their abilities.